Alright, let's pick up where I left off last night. So you guys have seen the 125 African cichlid tank, Malawi tank. You've seen my shell dweller tank. You've seen the Lake Tanganyika tank. And you've seen my bow front with the tetras and all that. But what you haven't seen yet is the 75-gallon Rainbowfish tank. It's like a Rainbowfish community tank. It sits on top of my Lake Tanganyika tank, which is also 75-gallon. Got it lit with 4 T5s. It's on a timer. Most of the time it runs on 2 T5s. Works real well. I filter it with an FX6 and a sponge filter that's back there. FX6 right there. So she moves some water. I got a real simple substrate laid out in here. It's a sand bed with like just regular pebbles, like, you know, normal pebbles you get at the fish store. Got tons of jungle val in the back, a crinum calamostratum in the middle. That's that one you see, kind of textured leaves, long leaves. I got sorted crypts, so different types of crypts, different types of Anubias back here. Let's see here. These are Australis, well, not that guy, but these guys. This guy here, that one there. Madagascar rainbow. This is a Parkinsoni or a Marchii. Wanamensis. Those two right there are Wanamensis, male and female. Dohertyi. Or no, sorry. Dohertyi right there. Bosemani female red laser. These are Glossolepis incisus. I have 2 of those big dudes. Axelrodi. Pseudo incisus, which is the albino version. Turquoise, which is I think a lacustris. Couple praycocks. I do have a roseline shark or a denison barb. Also have 5 corridoras in here. Back here in the back, Julie corridoras. Pretty cool tank. Got a lot of stuff going on in it. There's a western rainbow. There's a small incisus. It just goes to show you the shape of their body. This is like a younger Glossolepis right here, and then this is what they do when they get older. This is the shape. So these dudes are huge right here. Real fun tank. Got a Bacopa growing back here in the back. So that's about it. Now, let me show you. These are not so interesting, but I bought these over the weekend. These are Melanotania species Moorhead River. Apparently they're real rare, but I don't know a lot about them. Can't find a lot of info about them. I bought them unsexed. You can't tell whether they're male or female. Hopefully I got some pairs in there and I can breed these dudes and see what they're all about. But that's all I know about these guys. Pretty boring. Now my prized fish, I left the light off, so when I turn it on, hopefully you can see the colors of these guys. Let's see. That male right there. These are my prized possessions I got from Gary Lang. I got eggs from him that he collected in New Guinea. These are Chiloranthina alleni. This is just kind of a grow out tank, so it's not really meant to look fancy. Kind of saving. These are some grow out for some Anubias. I got some crypts and Anubias floating in here. Some other random plants. Filtered by a sponge, totally by air with a sponge, and the Zis moving bed filter. You can kind of see the pellets floating around in there. It's kind of more of a beneficial bacteria kind of filter. Kind of new on the market. I really like it so far, and it looks pretty cool. So that's but yeah, this is one of my favorite fish. And I'm soon going to be moving them into a 75 by themselves. But these are all ones I've bred. Like I said, I got a batch of eggs from Gary Lang. I raised those and ended up with only 7 fish. And then all the other fish are the ones offspring of that. So, been working on that for a couple years now. But these are really awesome. Pretty rare fish, hard to find, and they're kind of desirable. So, maybe I'll start selling them once I get a bigger colony built up. Got another 10-gallon over here. It's nothing special to look at, but there's 5 little bitty Allen eyes, the same fish you just looked at. They're in there, they're just growing out. That's the only purpose of it. And my air pump has quit for some reason. That's not good. Better look into that after the video. Hopefully they're still in there. Alive anyway, I see them now. Okay, good. Anyway, no telling how long that's been shut down for. Alright, now let's go to my last tank. Probably one of my favorite tanks. This is a 55-gallon planted aquarium. Started off just as a species only with rummy nose tetra. And that's what you see these guys here. They school real well. You can see they'll pretty much run from my hand every time. They're pretty cool. But then I added some Neocaridina shrimp, as you see here, and they've all bred. There it goes, it zooms in a little bit there. And they've been breeding like crazy. Now I've got all different kinds of colors, and I mean there's like literally 1,000 shrimp in here. I mean, if I feed this tank, they go out of control. They come out of this moss. That's the secret. You got to have a moss bed for them to lay eggs in and for them to breed in. And they kind of colonize like ants in there, believe it or not. But real quick, we'll talk about this. Is a couple different sword plants in here that are growing pretty well. Crips sword, more moss. Nubius nana. Nubius nana petite is way back in here. I need to pull that out because it's gonna get taken over. A bunch of jungle val. Filter this tank with a Marineland Emperor, the 400, I think it is, with the bio wheels. Let's see, yeah. Of course, one's not spinning. Oh, it's kind of spinning. Pretty good filter for the money, believe it or not. I think it is anyway. And of course, I've hot rodded it with different types of filter media. I also run a sponge type filter in the back. It's just an air powered filter. But this is it. Substrate is a clay based substrate and an LED light.